What's going on, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Make sure you hit that like button when you come in, all right? Now, I want to talk about Bronny James. Earlier, I made a post in reference to Bronny James and, of course, his stats over the course of 12 games in his collegiate career thus far. Bronny James is coming in right now with several levels of expectations that I feel are very unfair to him, okay? First and foremost, let's get this out of the way, okay? Me, myself, personally, I felt like Bronny James should not have stepped out on the floor again, okay? And let me explain why. Because of the situation that had taken place where he pretty much went into cardiac arrest. And for those of y'all that did not know what took place, it was during a game when they had to resuscitate Bronny James and pretty much, get him alive again, okay? There were cases like that have taken place throughout the course of history of basketball. But the one that stands out in my mind the most is with the late Hank Gathers, who died tragically during a basketball game at the school Loyola Marymount. Okay. That's one reason. It's mainly because of the health issue. Had nothing to do with, his talent per se or his potential, any of that. Another reason that I feel that Bronny James, the expectations that everybody is setting on him is very unfair is due to the level that his father is at, and everybody's expecting him to be on the level of of LeBron James, his father, senior, or to match that or even be better, which clearly is not going to be the case. And what we have to understand is in this collegiate level of play that Bronny James is going through right now, he would have had to be much better than what he is, and I'm talking about even coming out of high school. Now, I knew coming out of high school that he was nowhere near his pops level, okay? And I think that what's unfair to Bronny is the fact that people are sitting up there and they're saying, well, they're going to say, yeah, he's set to go to the draft and things of that nature, knowing damn well that he's not. And then he's opening up Pandora's box for everybody to criticize this young man and to say that he's not ready. And they're gonna come at him with everything, especially in this social media era. Okay. And I think that it's very unfair to him because he really hasn't lived life yet. He's not even 21 yet. And to put those heavy expectations upon a kid who just is starting to, get, recovered and everything, where he could have lost his life and everything. It's really, really unfair to him. Now, granted, he's a grown man now, and he can make these decisions on his own. He can tell both his dad and his mom that he doesn't want to play basketball, and that's fine. So I always approach it like we don't know what's truly going on behind the scenes. What they're talking about in their living room, at their dinner table, in their dining room, or in anywhere in their household. Okay. Another thing that we also have to look at this too is when and if he does get drafted, what they're truly doing is setting Bronny James up for failure in many different ways. But the main couple of reasons are, they're gonna know that this guy is not ready for the NBA, especially if he comes out as a freshman. Okay, as a freshman, and he goes on, he gets in the NBA or whatnot, due to the power that LeBron James has, because it clearly has nothing to do with Bronny James' talent at that level quite yet. He goes there. Fans are going to ridicule him. Social media is going to ridicule him. Everybody's just going to go ham on him. And it has a lot to do with the disdain that they have for LeBron James, unfortunately. Because let's just call it what it is. LeBron James is not a very liked person. Okay? He's not a very liked person on and off the court. Me, myself, personally, I don't have anything personal against LeBron James. But I'm not going to sit here and take that out if I did have something personal on that kid. Now, there are going to be some people that, hey, this is what you asked for when you come to the NBA, when you come to a pro level sport, NBA, NFL, MLB, whatever it is. This is a man's game, and you have to put up. We're grown adults. You have to put up with every type of criticism, both good and bad and ugly, unfortunately. But here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. If I'm Bronny James right now, and I'm going through what I'm going through, because last night they took a L against their rivals, which is UCLA, right down the street. Bronny was on the bench, unfortunately, only scored a couple of points, and did not play that much as well. If I'm Bronny James, I'm telling everybody I'm gonna stay a few more years and develop. That's just me. I'm looking at it from that standpoint, because who's to say that he can come back next year, work your ass off in the summer, off season, doing everything that you can, because we also have to look at it that he had to turn around right away and come back and play with the whole heart situation. I felt like everybody thinks that it was just LeBron putting pressure on him, which might have been true, but like I said, we don't know if that's necessarily the truth or not. But I'm looking at it from a standpoint of other people that are around him, because the guy has quote unquote friends, and he has social media friends, and he has a whole bunch of followers, and Instagram followers and TikTok followers and Facebook Facebook friends and things of that nature. And then he also has people that truly care about him within his circle. And some of those people could be snakes too. That's just the world that we live in. As soon as he doesn't play ball anymore, he'll be just another guy. He'll be a has-been, or he'll be just known as LeBron James' son, which some guys don't want to be known as that. And there are some children of entertainers, celebrities, high-profile athletes that are rich that don't mind that. Now, what I'm doing is I'm looking at it from a standpoint of what can you do to make this situation better. Like I'm a guy that likes to do things to solve a problem, so to speak. That's one of the first things that you're supposed to do when it comes to business, is to be able to solve a problem, okay, and find a problem, and then find a solution. Well, in this situation, if I'm Bronny James, what I'm doing is I'm getting in the gym, working on my craft, using all of this stuff that's going on this season as motivation, coming back next year, increase my my scoring, increase every statistical category, including improving on my shooting and other areas too. Because right now he's averaging 5.6 points per game. And the thing that also stood out to me is that even though he might be shooting okay from the 3-point line, he's shooting 68% from free throws. Okay, that's what I saw from the statistics. I look at certain things. You are clearly not ready for the NBA, and that's not saying that to heavily criticize him, because some people are going to get on here and be like, well, who are you and stuff like that. Yeah, I played the game of basketball, but to sit here and say that I was at the NBA level, no. I was at the furthest I made it was at the overseas semi-pro level. So I know some basketball, and what he's about to face in the NBA is not going to be an easy task, because the first thing that they're going to use against him is the mental part. And they're going to be like, they're going to say all types of stuff to him. Let's just exit out of social media for just a second, right? They're going to be coming at him saying, oh yeah, you're supposed to be, LeBron James' son. I thought you were better. They're probably going to be saying stuff like that. They're going to be using everything that they can to get in this guy's head, this young man's head. And is he going to be mentally strong enough to withstand some of that? Because just as much as this game is physical, it's also mental too. It's 50% mental, 50% mental and psychological, and 50% physical. Okay, and that's what we have to understand about this. So I must reiterate again that if we're speaking from a standpoint of him coming out and him going into the draft, he's being drafted ahead of a lot of these players and stuff. A lot of people, first and foremost, when he comes out, they're going to ridicule him, and like I said, it's unfair to him. And I'm talking about if they're putting that type of pressure on him. But if I'm Bronny James, and if he's listening to this, because I'm happy that he's just living. You do have some disgusting individuals out here that were hoping for the worst that took place, unfortunately, with LeBron James. Look, I don't have anything. I want to let people know, and I want to make this abundantly clear. And if you like me because of what I say, or if you don't dislike me because of what I'm about to say, I could care less regardless, okay? I don't have anything personal against LeBron James, okay? I've said that on numerous occasions, okay? Now, when it comes to criticizing him as, his play on the basketball court, yes, I'm going to do that. But I know when to stop it. Now, all this stuff about, the personal stuff, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, how the man looks and all that other stuff, and what the man wears, and how he is and stuff like that. Everybody else can do all of that. But as far as certain things that I feel are in terms of his characteristics in which I disagree with, I'm going to put that out there too. But I'm able to criticize him to a point and then go ahead and leave it right there. And just because I say that LeBron James, in my eye, he's not at a certain level with other players and stuff, some people take it as so far beyond disrespect that they think that you're actually saying that this man, you want this man to leave the earth. That's what the level that they put it on. But getting back to what I was just saying, unfortunately, you have people out there that want LeBron James to fail in every single way possible. You got guys that, that want him out of the league, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? I actually agree if you're talking about from a standpoint of him being that main guy, being that main player, being on everything, being everywhere and stuff like that. I don't agree with that. I don't think LeBron James should be marketed the way that they're marketing him. You market him to a point. I mean, he didn't even win the NBA championship in the last couple of years. He didn't win last season. Hasn't won an MVP. Yeah, he's the greatest scorer and everything, but that's the only thing. He's the number one scorer, not the greatest. That's the only thing that you can market. But I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, yeah, stick it to LeBron James. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, your son didn't make it, so nah, boo boo. Nah, not at all. Because we know that LeBron James is way more gifted than his kids. Okay. Another thing is that what we're really not looking at it as is, to be honest with you, Bronny James really doesn't even need to play basketball anymore. Neither does Bryce, and neither does their sister or LeBron James' daughter. They don't need to do anything for the rest of their life. And I'm talking about in terms of if they're trying to achieve a craft like basketball or something like that. He set up generational wealth to help far and beyond countless numbers of years in which they pretty much can want for nothing. Now, true enough, they are their own individuals. I understand that. I'm clear of that. They are their own individuals. And they're going to want to do everything possible that they can. But to focus on getting back on Bronny, if I'm Bronny, once again, what I'm doing is if I truly want to play this game, if I truly want to be great too, and from a competitive standpoint, even be greater than my father, what I am doing is I'm sitting down, okay? I'm sitting down and I am reevaluating my options and what I'm going to do. And the first option, as far as trying to make it to the NBA, you're gonna have to take that out of the equation and out of the first option, because that is a long shot, as I've said before. Because NBA analysts, let's just talk about the scouts. The scouts know it. You know, these guys that are out there, the GMs know it. You know, the coaches, the owners, everybody. Even talking so much as the fans and the other players, they know that he's not ready. They know that he's not ready. So the level of expectations that they're putting on him, and when he gets ready to come out and everything, oh boy, it's going to really he's gonna have a rude awakening. Okay, where you thought that this man was being this young man was being supported in terms of what he was facing, possibly losing his life, and then all of a sudden people are gonna flip the script and they're not even gonna think about what he went through. They're not gonna think about that. They could care less. They probably could care less if he would have made it or not. Unfortunately, you seen what happened in Chicago when they booed Jerry Krause. Man, these fans don't care. So the real people that he need to be listening to is his inner circle, and he also needs to make them decisions on his own in terms of, you know, whether or not the NBA is the right fit for him right now. So y'all let me know what you think. You leave your comments. Make sure you like the video, share it. Also subscribe if you're not a member of this channel, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my videos that drop. Shout out to the Lions Den. Until then, it's straight to the point. I'll get at y'all later.